The UTPA volleyball team just completed a 3-match weekend. We'll see how they did. Every basketball coach in the WAC descended upon Orleans Arena in Las Vegas for the WAC Basketball Preview. We'll take you out there and get ready to saddle up and lock and load with Bronx baseball. This is Bronc Country. Welcome to Bronc Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. The University of Texas Pan American volleyball team finished up a 4-match road swing and then at long last came back home. Let's get right to the action. Bronx visited Utah Valley last Thursday and the first set was all Wolverines. Corinne Acuff, with her second career start, picks up the early kill to bring the Bronx within 2-1, but the Wolverines go on to take the set 25-8. On to the second set, tied at 2. Alicia Watson serves up an ace. Bronx take their first lead of the match. After a Wolverines point ties it up, Haley Durham. Bronx up 4-3. A little later on, Bronx down 10-9, and we're back to Watson. Set tied at 10. Bronx now down 14-12, and Durham gets the Bronx back within 1, but the Wolverines take the set 25-17. Third set, Bronx down 4-3, and Watson ties it up at 4. Then, with the Bronx down 7-6, Nicole Masaki ties it at 7. Wolverines get the next 2, but Acuff comes up with a kill to bring the Bronx back within 1. Move ahead, Bronx down 13-11, and Watson's at it again. Makes it a 1-point set. The Bronx got within 1 once more at 16-15 on this Nikisha Wilden service error, but the Wolverines win the set 25-19 to complete the sweep. Watson and Durham tied for the team lead with 6 kills. Durham also with 3 blocks. Krysta Freitas was next with 5 kills, while Acuff had 3, Casey Sanchez had 3, and Misaki had 2. 48 hours later, the Bronx made their first trip to Bakersfield in 5 years, and the results not in their favor. This match was closer than the scores may indicate, as there were 11 lead changes and 21 ties. Freitas had a big match for the Bronx, tying for the match high with 13 kills and 4 aces. Bronx came home on Monday to face Grand Canyon for Bronx Against Breast Cancer, benefiting the Renaissance Cancer Foundation. We pick it up first set. Krysta Freitas with the kill, ties it up at 1. And then in the second set, Freitas and Maria Clifo combine on a block, but those are the only times the Bronx didn't trail in the first 2 sets. So, down 0-2, we go to the third set where things are a bit different. Haley Durham's kill makes it 21-14 Bronx. Move ahead, it's 23-15. Nicole Masaki serving up an ace. Gives the Bronx set point. And then Britta Forsyth into the net. Bronx take the set and pull within 2-1. The Bronx were close early in the fourth set, thanks in part to these 2 Alicia Watson kills, but the Lopes roll to a 3-1 victory. Freitas led the Bronx with a double-double, 12 kills and 11 digs. Durham also in double figures with 11 kills. On the plus side, over 1,000 fans in the stands as the Bronx broke their single-season attendance record for the 2nd year in a row. Now over 5,300 fans in just 7 matches. 4 home matches left. Freitas had quite a reaction to learning the news.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's amazing. I want to thank everyone who came out. Wow, that's in shock for me. I'm so shocked. That's crazy. I want to say thank you. I love our fans, Kappa Sigs, the little team that came out, my professor's team, daughter's team that came out too. I love our fans. Nobody can beat our fans.
As for the match, here's what Coach Yale had to say.
We have moments. We play well in spurts. I thought that third set tonight, the girls responded to what we discussed in the locker room at the break. We're more than capable of playing at a high level and a much higher level than what we are. We've just got to keep moving forward, keep doing the basics. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. We're a lot more talented than what we're showing right now, and we've got to keep getting better.
Part of the reason the Bronx played better in the third set may have been something that was said in the locker room in between the second and third sets.
I got on my teammates hard, and I was like, where's the fight? We need to fight for our fans. I mean, for us, have some pride, like Bronx pride. And that's what I told them, and everyone showed up.
Here's a look at the WAC standings. Utah Valley coming off of a sweep of New Mexico State now tied for the top spot with Seattle, while the defending champion Aggies find themselves in third. The Bronx right behind Grand Canyon and ahead of Chicago State. And although this wasn't the Bronx best week, let's not lose sight of the fact that the Bronx are in the midst of their best season in 6 years. A big reason for that success? Nicole Masaki, Krysta Freitas, and Haley Durham, all of whom make up the Bronx Hawaiian Punch. Romeo Villarreal has more.
3,761 miles. That's the distance from Honolulu to Edinburg. The Bronx volleyball team currently has 3 active players from Hawaii. Although they are very far away from home, it has not stopped them from making themselves right at home here in the Valley.
I think the weather has a big factor in that, and knowing how the culture is here, it's very relaxed and laid back. It's almost like home.
I would say probably the weather for me, because it's not cold and it's kind of closer to how it is at home, like the chillness and stuff like that.
The girls love the Valley for its subtropical climate and similarities to their homeland, but Coach Yale loves the players for their experience that they bring to the team.
Hawaiians themselves are great ball control players. They really work on that side of the game. Yes, we do have some hitters and one's a setter, but they play the game a lot, and so their touches on the ball are usually pretty clean. They play in the sand, so it gives them kind of a well-rounded game, and so they can bring a lot to the team. Like I said, we've got a variety of positions, but they all kind of bring that same experience and that mentality of, we've just played the game a lot.
One of the players who Coach Yale recruited from Hawaii is middle blocker Haley Durham.
Well, we play club, and clubs go to the mainland to play in big tournaments. So they saw me in one of the big tournaments, and he sent me a letter, and then we just talked, and from there on.
And while we focus on the trio of student athletes from Hawaii, it should be noted that 10 of the Bronx 14 student athletes are from right here in Texas. We'll have that story for you next week. The countdown to tip-off now stands at 14 days on the UTPA Bronx Instagram account. And you know what that means? Coaches and media polls are now out for the WAC. We'll start with men's basketball, where the Bronx were picked to finish 7th in both polls. Bronx head coach Dan Hipscher talked about that at WAC Media Day last week.
It doesn't mean a lot to me, to be honest, because what we're trying to do is be the best we can be as a team, and hopefully that's good enough to win a championship. And right now those are our goals, to win every game, compete every game, play the best we can play. Been picked first, been picked last, and finished a lot of different places. As a coach and a new coach in a new league, I didn't have a great feel for picking it. I was doing a lot of guessing. The top was easy. New Mexico State's a traditional power and has had a great program. After that, trying to figure it out was fairly difficult. So, I think it's up in the air and going to be a competitive league, and we're excited about being a part of it.
As for the women's basketball WAC coaches and media polls, the Bronx were also picked to finish 7th in both polls. Bronx head coach Larry Tidwell, you're up.
And there's definitely a reason that Seattle and Idaho are picked at the very top. I mean, they've got great players returning, and both teams are going to be very, very strong. The conference will be pretty balanced for the most part with 9 teams. It's going to be very, very competitive teams. Again, you got to give kudos to Seattle and Idaho, as they've done some things in the past. New Mexico State looking strong, Utah Valley looking strong. UMKC, they're always going to have a good program, great recruiting bed to recruit from. Grand Canyon's coming into the conference very solid. Cal State Bakersfield. It's just going to be a very, very good conference. It's going to be a solid conference.
With 9 teams in the WAC, 6 of them new, there was a wide range of thoughts on where everyone might finish. If there's one consensus, though, around the WAC, it's that most expect it to be a competitive conference. I had the opportunity to speak with several coaches, as well as the commissioner of the WAC, about that subject.
I do think that the change is going to be good. I think we got a lot of new blood that has a lot of energy. There's the schools have put in a lot of investment into their programs. When you have schools that haven't had the conference affiliation or are not at this level, they're excited.
Well, I think it's going to be very competitive. I think each school and program has really helped themselves. I think the recruiting has gone well for all of the teams, and I think we've added some coaches that I think, that are very competitive and have a lot of experience. And so I think the league is going to be very competitive this year, and I think each game it could be up for grabs. So I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be a very competitive conference. You know, some of the schools that were in the Great West already, we've been competing for, since, we all became independent. That includes Seattle before they got into the conference. So we've all kind of got some familiarity with each other on how we want to compete, but it's going to be very, very competitive, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's kind of an unknown, man. I'm not sure. I know Seattle will be really good. I think New Mexico State will be really good. A couple of the other teams I certainly know will be well coached. I'm familiar with their style, Kathy at Utah Valley and Larry down at UT Pan Am. So, but really, it's just an unknown. I have to see how the preseason plays out.
It's a good question, and I don't think it's one that any of us know the answer to at this point. I got a kick out of looking at some of the preseason polls and predicting who's going to finish, first, who's going to be fifth, or whatever. And I quite honestly don't know how to answer that question. There's so many unknowns with 6 new members in the conference, and I think that's one of the things that's exciting to me about the league is simply getting competition started, so we kind of get a bearing on where we are as a league. Where we need to improve, and what we need to do to establish ourselves as a conference.
And of course, for the coaches of the Great West teams that joined the Broncs in the WAC, they're both happy to have access to an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament and some familiarity in the conference.
Exciting year to be in a conference with an automatic bid. We've played Chicago State and UT Pan American the last few years in our Great West competition, but the WAC expands that.
We're thrilled to be in the WAC and excited to have Pan American and Chicago State come along with us, and just looking forward to a great season.
The Broncs open the season November 8th at home with a doubleheader as the women face Shriner and the men take on Sam Houston State. Season tickets are on sale right now. Men's tickets start at $75, women's tickets start at $50. Doesn't get much better than that. The Major League Baseball draft is still 7.5 months away, but it's never too early to make a good first impression. Next on Bronc Country, we'll show you how the Broncs tried to boost their draft stock on Scout Day.
Here comes Reynolds. Yes! Torrey wide open three. Swinging a liner past the third baseman into left field, the base hit. Broncs win.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
When Broncs baseball head coach Manny Mantrana held UTPA's first Scout Day in 2008, there was only one scout in attendance. Flash forward to 2013, and a record 22 Major League Scouts descended upon Edinburg Baseball Stadium to learn about the UTPA baseball team. Elizabeth Espinoza has the story.
Strength, speed, and a love for baseball filled the Edinburg Baseball Stadium during Scout Day. 22 Major League Baseball scouts arrived to see the Broncs in action. As practice began, the scouts' attention were on the players.
We all get to come together, show off our skills, show how we've been doing, how we're coming along, getting better, and we just come out and make sure to do our thing. Just going to practice every day, giving it everything you have, and like I said, whatever happens, happens.
Scout Day began with workouts, fielding drills, and the players showcased their arms in the inner and outer field. Pitchers then threw to batters in the day's intra-squad game. The Broncs took this opportunity as another practice to prepare themselves for the upcoming season.
We go out here, give it 100% every day, so really just another practice and just let them see what we're capable of. There's no pressure really on this team. We're just coming together like a family, and we just work hard and we know our hard work will just, the results will come just by working hard every day.
Even though their individual skills were the focus of the day, teamwork was on the mind of these student athletes.
Really right now we're just focusing on the season, so if we get drafted or we get looked at, that's just a plus, but right now our focus is on the season and getting prepared.
For Bronc Country, I'm Elizabeth Espinosa.
Now you might remember last year at Scout Day, the Broncs showed up with shaved heads in support of Nolan Naranjo, a 5-year-old who had lost all of his hair while undergoing chemotherapy for MDS. Nolan is the little boy the Broncs held that bone marrow drive for last year. Broncs women's basketball head coach Larry Tidwell, then at Lamar, heard about the effort and knew he wanted to work with Coach Mantrana on a similar event this year.
Last year I was the state spokesperson for Division I basketball, women's basketball, for Be the Match Registry, and followed it very closely and heard about Manny. And then when I came down here and took the job, he's one of the very first one I met, and it's the first one I talked to, and I knew that we wanted to do a drive together because Manny's program, the way he approaches things on and off the field, is first class, and that's what we want to do with our program here at UTPA.
The Broncs will hold the bone marrow drive on the UTPA campus on November 19th. We'll have more information as we get closer. If you can't wait and want to donate now, log on to bethematch.org for more information. Speaking of community engagement, UTPA women's tennis was up early for South Texas Community Tennis Association Play Day in Los Encinos Park in McAllen, where they had the opportunity to work with a number of kids ages 10 and under, many of whom had never played tennis before.
This event is really good. It helps kids come out and play tennis, have fun, just promote tennis in the community in general.
Laying down some fundamental skills like ball control and basic strokes, so they were getting a feel of hitting the ball and practicing what it's like to hit the ball over the net.
Holding these types of play days is a relatively new concept. In fact, it's the first one that the South Texas Tennis Association has held in McAllen. And for the Broncs, it's their chance to give back to the community.
I enjoyed it when I was little, so I'm pretty sure the kids enjoy it just as much, and they have something to look forward to. Having my teammates here is always a plus. We enjoy doing community service events just like this, giving back. It's good for the university, and it's just having fun.
It was actually a lot of fun. It really takes you back to those days when you're out on court and you're starting off. So it's great to see that they're all out here. They're trying something new. It's good exercise. They're enjoying it. They're in fresh air. So it was a good time.
It's been great fun working with the UTPA tennis team, and it's nice for the community to get exposed to the level of the university students, and the coaches have been very accommodative.
To be able to be out here and to know that I'm making a difference for a lot of these kids, and I'm helping them to get better and inspiring them, it's such a great feeling.
The Broncs managed to be in 2 places at once on Saturday, as 4 student athletes were completing competition at the ITA Regionals in their first event of the fall season. The Broncs are back in action Saturday at Texas State Play Day. Men's tennis also at the ITA Regionals. This was their final event of the fall, as the Broncs get the next few months off before opening the dual season in January. Men's golf in action as well this week at the Pine Tree Intercollegiate over at Kennesaw State in Georgia. 1 fall tournament left for the Broncs as they visit McNeese State next week. It was a busy week for UTPA baseball. First, Scout Day, and then a skeet shoot. Coming up on Bronc Country, we saddle up and lock and load with the Broncs. The UTPA baseball team held its 4th annual skeet shoot this past weekend. Like Scout Day, the skeet shoot has increased in popularity every year, with 3 more teams, a total of 12 more participants than last year. Raquel Gonzalez has the full cartridge.
That is the sound of $1 more going to raise funds for the UTPA baseball team.
I'm glad that the athletic program is strong. The baseball program has always been something I've liked to enjoy. I've been to some of the games. I went to quite a few of the games last year, and so I think that Hidalgo County should support Bronc baseball, absolutely, and events like this.
Even those who were not able to donate money, they still found ways to help the baseball team at the skeet shoot.
We need to give them all the support that they need to run the
the club, and of course it takes a lot of money to run a club like we have right now. It's a wonderful college and university, and we have a very good team, and I'm very proud of them.
People from all over gathered up their rounds and headed to the range for the 4th annual Pool for Bronc Skeet Shoot. All money raised at the event will go towards scholarships and any expenses for the UTPA baseball team.
We're lucky that we have such people in the community that really care about our baseball program and our athletic department. It's a great chance for our team to be together with our sponsors and the community support, so it feels very, very good.
The players appreciated all the support and feel the community plays a big role in making their season a reality.
I think it's great. I think it's something that the Valley does well down here. I think when people need something, we all come together for things like this, and then there's no better way to do it than being out here having fun.
While the baseball season is quite a bit away, Coach Mantrana and the team are already working hard to fire up the community for the upcoming season of Bronc baseball. For Bronc Country, I am Raquel Gonzalez.
Miss the skeet shoot and want to support UTPA baseball or any of the other teams? Donate to the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the money raised goes directly to student-athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student-athletes.
Here comes Reynolds. Yes! Torrey wide open three. Swinging a liner past the third baseman into left field, the base hit. Broncs win.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
The UTPA track and field schedule is now available. At least 4 meets on the indoor schedule starting January 17th and 12 on the outdoor schedule starting March 15th. The Broncs will hold their annual green and white alumni meet on December 6th at 4 p.m. at the UTPA track. Admission is complimentary and it's their only home meet of the season, so we hope to see you there. Here's what's coming up this week for the Broncs. We're 14 days from tip-off, which means it's time for everyone to get their first look at the Broncs basketball teams. It's Bronc Madness. The event starts at 5 p.m. with a tailgate in the UTPA Fieldhouse parking lot, followed by the lighting of the UTPA letters at 8:30, and then open practice and dance competitions at 9. Volleyball kicks off another road trip as they go through the conference the second time, while women's tennis and men's golf are also on the road. We want to thank you for stamping your passport in Bronc Country this week. Schedule another visit for next week. But until then,
swinging a liner past the third baseman into left field, the base hit. Broncs win.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission.
Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.